Was it a blessing to marry your best friend? I was not very sure what Pierce thought, but marrying him was a dream come true for me. And now, what was more exciting, we were going to welcome our first child. It's a good thing you're cautious. You could have lost your baby, Miss Monroe. Lagin told me seriously, as she could see the shock in my eyes. I subconsciously touched my belly, and still couldn't believe a baby was lying there. Had I heard it right? I was pregnant. I was pregnant with a baby for Pierce, my best friend and my first crush. On the way out of the hospital, I couldn't wait to tell Pierce about our baby. I wondered what his reaction would be. Would he scream in happiness? Would he kiss me? And oh God, I couldn't contain my happiness. I cupped my red face as I fantasized. But the moment I felt the cold from the simple ring on my finger, my wildly beating heart calmed down. I almost forgot that Pierce wasn't the type to be keen on having children, especially when our marriage was arranged by his family. Pierce was a complete gentleman, both as a friend and a husband. Every time we had sex, he was considerate but cautious, saying there was no need to add extra shekels when we were not ready. This baby, in a way, was out of plan. My mind was becoming restless as I sat in my car. Would this be good news for him? What if Pierce was still not ready for the baby? Ma'am, is everything okay? Do you need to call the boss? My private driver Luke asked worriedly as he noticed my frown face. Luke was reliable, like a family, but if I chose to share, I still wanted Pierce to be the first to know this news. He's my baby's father. No, I shook my head, giving Luke a reassuring smile. He's on the flight. I'll talk to him later myself. So that I could sense his answer directly from his raw expressions. I was always good at that. I closed my eyes, recalling the first day we met. His bright smile in the sunlight was so dazzling, he was a prince. Long before we became best friends, I fell in love with him at first sight. But it was only an unrequited love. I knew it well. I slid down the car window to get some fresh air, but accidentally caught a glimpse of our old high school. That bitter feeling filled my chest once again. Pierce is my first love, but I'm not his. In high school, I was only a boring nerd in others' eyes, while Pierce Anderson was shining quarterback. Everyone was surprised that we could be friends. Though enmity rose, I enjoyed being around him. I slowly realized that I didn't want just to be his friend. However, right when I was about to confess my feelings to him, another girl came into his life. I shook my head, trying to get rid of those sad old memories. I gripped the cold wedding ring on my finger, telling myself the past was past. Pierce said they were over and I was his wife now. I was his wife who was carrying his baby now. I wiped the tears from the corners of my eyes and opened the door to our house. My heart calmed down as I breathed in the scent of home, our home. It wasn't as luxurious as his family's villa, but cozy. Pierce and I decorated it together with our own hands.